Hello, and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 29. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by your co-host, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Noelle. Thank you so much for being here. We're here to talk about Catfish, the television show.
Okay, as opposed to?
Well, that's what it's called. Catfish, the TV show.
Oh, okay. I
As
like
opposed to the movie.
I like the intro.
Really?
The old intro, like how he explains who he is.
I skip it. It's too much explaining.
It's a lot of explaining, but I like that it shows like the history. He doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, also, I would like to tell everyone, a lot of people are like, where are you watching Catfish? We're watching it on Hulu.
Yeah, all of the seasons are on Hulu. It's
all
amazing.
of the seasons are on Hulu. So if you want to know where to watch it, that's where to watch it. Hulu.
You know what's crazy is today I was like, let me count how many episodes there are on here.
Yeah.
It goes from like, there's like 8 in the first episode, the first season. The last season is 48. I was like,
Okay,
wow, that's
so
a
here's
big difference.
So I think it's 12 episodes and a reunion for the first season, right?
Okay.
So that's because when they buy a show that's new, they do like a test season.
Sure.
And then MTV does this crazy thing where they refuse to renegotiate contracts.
Right.
So they'll just be like season 1, part B.
Right. Like Teen Mom. They do that on Teen Mom.
Right. Because now we're in season 9 of Teen Mom OG.
Yeah.
But it's episode 22 and it's like, no, it's not.
Well, that's the thing. On this, it was like season 9 is 50 episodes and like season 8 is like 48. And I'm like, okay, first of all, we have years to do this now. There's so many
literally
episodes.
Years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right. So we're here to talk about season 1, episode 11, Mike and Felicia.
I don't at all remember this episode.
I also do not remember this episode.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it's not just me.
Well, Mike is from New Jersey and he wants to let you know that he just moved back in with his parents because he had moved out for a few days.
Okay, good. Thanks for letting us know.
His girlfriend of 5 years dumped him to date women.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, Mike.
Oh, wow. Scandalous.
So he met Felicia on a dating website and he says that she's the perfect girl for him.
Yeah, he's interesting.
So they showed his actual email to them and he spelled perfect PREFECT and they didn't even correct it.
But that's even funnier.
It's
like, look at this dope.
They're like, wow, she is the perfect girl. So they talk on the phone every single day. So she lived in Hoboken and he's in Clifton. So that's actually not far at all in New Jersey-ness.
See, I don't know really anything about New Jersey-ness.
Well, you got to figure it. New Jersey's 3 hours long.
Right. Okay.
So the furthest that you guys could live is like Jersey City to Cape May.
Okay.
And even that, if you're in love with someone, you'll drive 3 hours.
Yeah. It's like you forget how big Jersey is.
Jersey's literally 3 hours long, but most of the good stuff happens in the first hour.
It's like when I'm driving, it's true. When I'm driving home from my mom's house from Kentucky, once I hit Jersey, I'm like, I'm home.
Right.
But then I'm like, I actually have a long way to go.
But you don't start at Cape May. Because Cape May is like way out.
I've never even knew there was a Cape in Jersey.
There's a Cape.
There's a Cape. Look at that.
Look at that. That's a very popular vacation destination, Cape May, New Jersey.
Is it? See, I've heard of Cape May. I guess I just didn't know it was in Jersey.
Now you know.
Now I know.
The more you know.
The more you know, the more you grow.
All right. So Hoboken to Clifton, I don't know, maybe not even an hour.
Really? You really know this stuff.
Well, Hoboken's right outside of the city.
Okay.
And Clifton, I used to go to all the time for
things.
for like rock shows and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's really not that far.
Interesting.
Maybe it was an hour away. Maybe it was like an hour and 15 minutes away, but it was never anything that I would be like, I have to go here. It's a journey.
Right. And I can't go this far.
Yeah, no, like I would just go like for the show and then go home.
Funny. Okay.
So he went to her house and she was not there.
Right.
He went home. He waited for a few hours though. He went home and at midnight, she said that she was in a car accident and also moved to Orlando real quick. What?
Right.
What?
Very interesting. Also, why did he wait for a few hours?
Okay. I think that 21-year-old Tracey would have waited a few hours.
Really?
Yes. Oh, 100%. 21-year-old Tracey would have waited a few hours. I would have had a lot of anxiety. 37-year-old Tracey would have been like, take a picture of you
Yeah.
Drop a pin and show me you're there before I even leave my house.
See, here's the thing. Like, I don't know what that means because
like
I
you
don't
would
have
have
an
to
iPhone.
prove. You would have to prove to me that you were in that inside of your house before I left.
Okay. Okay.
Because I wouldn't have even left.
Okay. See, I would have left, but I would have gone there. You wouldn't have answered me. I would have left in under 5 minutes. I never would have waited in my teenage years or the now years.
Yeah, no, my teenage years, I would say up to 22. I would have waited many hours.
Okay. I mean, that's still a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it's not good. Yeah. I'm just being totally honest with you.
Well, I like that you're transparent with me, Tracey.
Thank you so much. Do you think that she got in a car accident? Maybe she got rear-ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the impact was so crazy.
It ejected her?
It ejected her to Orlando, Florida.
I don't know if that's where I'd want to be ejected to.
Right. But imagine like you're in Hoboken.
I would think that she'd have broken bones. If that were
yeah, but after you're flying through the air for that many hours, I think you can land softly.
It just heals on its own. Okay, well that makes sense.
A little bit lower. You go gradually.
Like skydiving, I guess.
It's exactly. And maybe she had a parachute on.
Oh, she might have had a parachute.
You don't know what happened.
It's amazing that people still take us seriously.
Well, she had a business that needed help. That's why she moved to Orlando. That was a quote. She had a business that needed help. What?
Right. Can you tell us maybe a little more?
You had a business that needed help. Was it depressed?
Right.
Was it suicidal?
Yes. It was very sad.
Was it pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
What was your business? What?
Was it a teen mom?
What? Your business, you had a business that needed help. So I don't know what that means.
Right.
I like how she plays on words, like where she says everything but nothing at the same time.
I can't deal with that in life.
Okay, I can't deal with it, but there is definitely an art to it that I don't have.
Okay.
Because sometimes people do that to me and I try to do that back to them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm never as crafty as they are.
It's definitely an art form.
It's an art form. I think that mostly this is a male art form.
Absolutely.
So for her to be doing this as a female, I'm impressed all the way.
Yeah, she's definitely a little crafty in the way that she speaks to him. Yes.
Yes. I really do. I appreciate it because when someone asks me a question that I don't want to answer, I'm like, well, they asked it, so I have to answer it.
Okay, you don't have to though. You could just ignore it and move down to the next text.
Okay, but here's the thing. I am not, that's not inside of me.
Wow.
Because I'm not male.
Yeah.
So it takes so much effort not to do it. And then all I think about is like, they want me to answer that question.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I evade. I do, but like only like if I'm trying to be like passive aggressive, not if like you're asking me like, hi, do you want to hang out tonight? You know?
So let's try something and you're going to show me how to do it.
Okay.
I'm texting you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Noelle, what are you doing today? Do you want to hang out tonight?
Today I'm just like hanging out.
What are you doing tonight?
Oh, like, I'm not sure yet.
Can we hang out at 7:00?
So right now I'm just like watching TV, watching Catfish, taking some notes for the podcast.
At 7 p.m. Can I come to your house?
What are you doing now?
Okay, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like there are people that are better at it, but
there are people who are good at it, but like I can't put up with that. I know you can't put up with it either. That's something that's very maddening. I don't know. I find it so rude. I just find it so rude.
Even if strangers ask me terribly rude, inappropriate questions, I feel like I have to answer them.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I know. Oh, I hate it.
Very nice person.
No, I think it's because I hate when people do that.
I do too, though. I get that.
Well, anyway, I had a business that needed help, so I had to go.
Okay.
I'm practicing.
Okay.
All right. So this guy's name is Michael Cooper. So this is, remember, season 1, they're giving full names.
Okay. But I wish that they would give everybody's full names.
Me too.
You know?
Me too. So they call Michael.
Yes.
He said that they met on Plenty of Fish a month ago.
Okay. But it's like Plenty of Fish.
A month ago?
Yeah, I know. A month ago and Plenty of Fish together.
A month ago?
Uh-huh.
You're already doing this a month ago?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
A month ago? Don't talk to her anymore.
I know, but people can't. You and I talk about this all the time. They can't. They ignore.
Okay, but a month ago. It's not 25 years ago. It's not
I
like
know.
some of these people are like, we've been talking for 15 years. And it's
I
like, okay,
know.
I get that.
No.
A month ago?
Nope, they can't.
I mean, why don't we just call this show Ghosted?
I know. I'm telling you,
this is not a catfish. All right. Well, he went to that building and she went inside. He asked the doorman if there was a Felicia. And he said there's no Felicia.
Cringeworthy. Like, I think about how
you were inside talking to her doorman.
Yes.
If I wasn't home and I found out that you came into my building and were talking to my doorman, again, I would just never talk to you again. I would call the police.
But that's what I mean. That's not normal.
No, it's not. 21-year-old Tracey definitely would have gone to talk to the doorman.
Tracey. And then you would have given him your number.
And then I would have been like, actually, you are not terrible looking.
Or you would have been pretend friends with him so he would spy for you.
Yes.
That's who you are.
That is who I am. And that is who I am to this day.
Yeah, I know. Guys, don't mess with her.
Thank you.
Don't mess with the master.
And then Neve said something disgusting.
What'd he say?
He said him and Max were talking about Michael.
Right.
And about how his ex-girlfriend of 5 years had ended the relationship to pursue a relationship with women, possibly.
Yes.
Basically came out of the closet.
Right.
And Neve said, quote, he got seriously emasculated in his last relationship.
Is that what you call it, Neve?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
So it means that he's emasculated because his girlfriend possibly his girlfriend left him because she came out of the closet. That's emasculating. What the hell does that have to do with him?
Because a man thinks about it as in like, my penis wasn't good enough for her.
Okay, well, I am going to say this very confidently. I don't think it was.
Okay, I mean, I know it wasn't. We know this type.
But that also has nothing to do, because let me tell you something. If a bad pishu could make someone gay.
Right. I'd be gay.
We'd be gay.
Yeah.
We'd be gay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All the way.
You can't make.
Right. Well, that's the thing. And I don't think truly sometimes I don't think men can grasp that.
Right. Like so many. I remember when we were younger and it's like, oh man, his girlfriend turned out to be a lesbian. Like he was like, it's probably because of him.
Or, oh, she's so hot, she's gay. I bet that if I threw it down, I could turn her. The amount of men that think they can turn women, it's like, oh my God.
Any man that thinks they could turn, even if it was a bisexual woman, she wouldn't want to be with you.
Yeah. Gross. Don't talk like that. It's really terrible.
Thank you. We're so smart now.
I know, Tracey. It's like, it's a whole new world.
21-year-old Tracey would have been like, that is pretty emasculating.
I know. Only until
up.
like a few years ago have I really learned anything.
Well, now that TikTok's around, I can learn all the stuff that I want.
Yes, I agree.
I know that sounded like an ad, but it's just a fact.
It's not, guys. It's a fact. It's a way of life now.
So also, just remember something. He moved out of his parents' house last year.
Right.
But he's back now. How many days do you think that he lived with his friend?
He reminds me of like Brandon from 90 Day Fiance. Like he was like a month.
One time I lived somewhere else. It's like you went on vacation. You did not live in the Caribbean.
Right. And then I couldn't afford the bills. Basically.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, okay. Now they're going to show him. He's sketching some serious artwork here, Noelle.
This is what he does. He's an artiste.
They watch him draw the skyline. What?
He is an artiste, Tracey.
He's an artiste. The way a child in art class is an artiste.
I guess, art is subjective.
Okay. Well, I am objecting.
Okay.
So now they bring up a picture of Felicia and they look at her boobs. They call her, number one, full bodied. And then Max says, quote, she could wipe the floor with you.
But what the hell does that mean?
Okay. And they look at her boobs close up.
Like, freeze the frame. It's like, what?
Why are we doing this?
Why? Because we're children.
She could wipe the floor with you, so she could fight you? Because she's bigger?
But that's what I mean. Or is that she could wipe the floor with you in the bedroom
Because she's
than you?
bigger?
Like, what? Yeah, this was so uncalled for.
So cringe.
I know, it was so cringe. I wonder if Neve just like hates himself now.
I hope so much. I really do. If I could talk to Neve, which I do all the time.
No, I know.
I would ask him about like, what do you regret? Do you regret this? And I would read off every single statement and ask him yes or no.
Again, this is who she is, guys.
I'd be like, in 2013, you said that Felicia was full bodied as you stared at her tits.
Why do you have to say anything? Like, why do they have to comment anything?
Okay. And this is what bothers me about Catfish.
Yeah.
What bothers me about Catfish is when they see someone who's good looking, they'll say things like, why did you have to catfish them? You were good looking. When they see someone who they do not believe is conventionally attractive or is in a bigger body, they look at them and go, I understand why you're self insecure.
Right. They never ask why.
They never ask why, because they're like, I understand. I would definitely catfish someone too if I looked like you.
It's so rude. It's just so rude.
They're so rude.
Yeah, it is.
They are so rude. Sorry, guys, but you're so rude. So now he doesn't have Facebook.
Right.
Michael Cooper. He's really not into that. But she has a hair salon.
Okay.
So they listen to the voicemail.
Very, she's very happy.
She's very happy.
Very bubbly.
And then Mike says something, quote, sucks getting dumped all the time.
Well, what does that mean?
One time?
That's what I mean. What's all the time?
I don't know. This is very dramatic, Mike.
He is dramatic. He's like so lame.
He's very lame. So they do some research. They find her friend Charmaine. She's from Jersey City.
Right.
And they message her. And also Mike says that the boutique is called Fifi Boutique, I think.
Yes.
So apparently, according to the years, she must have started it senior year of high school.
Okay. I mean, listen, JWoww bought a house her senior year of high school.
Well, same thing. They call the salon and the phone's disconnected.
That's a bad sign.
It's not great. So then they asked the date of her car accident. And he said that she sprained her pinky. I laughed out loud when that was the injury that she sustained.
She sprained her pinky.
If you spraining your pinky cannot feel great. At the same time, serious injury, this is not.
I had a friend who broke a pinky toe and begged me to take her to the hospital. And I just laughed and laughed at her forever. And then she went on her own.
But she broke it. She actually broke it. This was a sprain.
Pinky toe. All
right.
Doesn't even count as a toe.
You know what they... All right. Guess what? Then we're going to take yours off and see how much you missed them. Do you know what they do when you break a toe?
Nothing.
They tape it to the one next to it.
Right. That's what they did for her.
Yeah. And they're like, here, now it has a buddy.
Right. It has a fellow.
It can't go to the bathroom by itself anymore. You have to hold hands in the hallway.
Right. Like nothing happens. They don't do anything for you.
Also, your sprained pinky.
That was very silly.
Very specific injury in a car accident, especially a car accident that ejected her from Hoboken to Orlando.
I mean, come on. And that's all you got?
She landed right on her pinky. Boop. All right. So they look at the dates of her pictures. They look at around that time. There's no pinky splint in any picture.
Okay. But would she really have a split?
That's what I mean.
A split. Like, why don't you tell us why Neve has a thing on his wrist?
He has texting thumb, probably. I'm telling you.
Probably. Maybe.
All right. So now the power goes out from the storm. And I would have been like, well, I'm going home.
Yeah. And he's like, we're going to be stuck in this hotel forever. It's like,
all right. Well, yada, yada, yada. The power comes back on immediately, apparently. So they call Charmaine. She said that she knows about Mike. She lives in Orlando. She's since she was, Felicia lives in Orlando since she was 17. And she's like, oh yeah, she's a giant liar. She lies online with a lot of guys. She usually lies about what she looks like. We had an intervention to help her, but it didn't help.
Oy.
And she's probably talking to other people.
But it's okay. Mm-hmm. So many thoughts.
I know. So Neve's like, I wonder if she's a compulsive liar. You wonder. So they go to Mike's house to tell him what they find. And Neve goes outside to call her.
Yes.
He excuses himself. And Mike seems very off with some weird nervous energy.
He does have weird nervous energy. Like there's some underlying
condition.
Condition. I like that. Yes.
So she said that it's really not a good time. She can't tell them when she could hang out. She can't tell them when anything.
Right.
And Neve's like, but he likes you.
Right.
And she says what every catfish says on the phone.
What? Well, now that you put it that way.
When you put it like that.
Yep.
And this is how you know that all of the catfish are the ones that contact catfish.
Okay. Yes.
They're too easily coerced.
That's the thing. I always think like, are there episodes? I used to think, are there episodes not aired? Because like the catfish can't always show up.
No, the catfish is the one that
contacts
catfish.
Now that you know that, it makes more sense that the catfish always shows up. Right.
All right. So they're on their way to the airport, and he's texting her on his BlackBerry. In case
I
you were
remember
wondering.
those days.
I do, but I also feel like this was way after there should have still been Blackberries.
Well, Blackberries did make a comeback. Like BBM made a comeback.
All right. Well, let's come front.
Yeah, let's come front from it.
They pull up to a trailer. It's her.
Okay. She comes out and I'm like, so what's the problem?
He immediately says, "Can I see your store?"
Okay. That's the thing. He doesn't know how to play it cool. He's just like, maybe you could show
us your store here.
It's like, guy.
Okay. If you were so concerned about her store, why didn't you ask her for a picture of it at one point?
But also, like, why is it that's what you care about?
Also, sometimes it's a boutique, sometimes it's a store, sometimes it's a salon.
Right. I thought it was a salon until it was a store.
Until it was a boutique.
Right. Very interesting.
So she said that she lied. She's like, I don't live in New Jersey. But
she grew up there.
Right. But I live in Orlando for school.
Right. Okay.
Why wouldn't you just say that?
I guess she thought this was stupid.
Stupid.
There was no build up to this either.
No build up whatsoever. They're like, get on the plane and we're going to fly into her house. They're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to Hoboken. We're going to get in a car accident.
Right. We're going to sprain something.
We're going to get flown to Orlando with our parachutes. We're going to land at her front door just like she did.
On our pinkies.
I like how she comes out of her house in Orlando and goes, I live in Orlando.
I know.
We're like, you know what?
No way.
Do that.
She's so cute too. It's like, why are you doing this?
She's very cute. So there's like very awkward convo, very weird laughing.
He's mad. He's over it.
He's mad, but he's laughing mad, and I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't like it.
There's no story. And she also said something that a lot of catfish say. She said that she didn't do it on purpose.
Okay, that she did it on what?
On accident?
On accident? Right.
She lied for, well, okay. In her defense, they've only been talking for a month. She might have done it by accident.
That is true. But here's the thing I don't understand. You're not even lying about like what you look like or your name or anything. So why lie about anything?
Why lie about anything?
I don't understand.
So she said that lying's a bad habit. That's why. And she used to lie about what she looked like. And he wants it to stop. He wants the lying to stop.
Right. Because he feels like, how can you build a relationship on lying? Right.
Well, these are like two bad actors, though.
I know. It's so lame.
They're probably like, all right, we're going to reenact that scene. Pretend you're mad. Because he probably saw her and was like, oh, boobies.
I know.
And they're like, Mike, you're mad at her.
Focus.
Store. She lied about the store. So she goes inside and they leave. And he thinks that she took it too lightly. She didn't seem like she regretted anything.
Yeah, because like really, what did she lie so
okay, but
about?
Also you've been talking for a month. She doesn't really even know you.
Right. That's true.
She's like, you begged me for my address. You showed up at some building in Hoboken. I never spoke to you again. Why are you here?
You spoke to the doorman.
Oh God. I moved to Orlando when you spoke to my doorman.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
So Neve wants him to go out with her tonight. He's like really adamant about that. So Neve takes her by himself to Catfish Park.
Yeah, I like when he does the one-on-ones.
I know, but it's kind of weird too. She's like, everyone told me I was fat and ugly. And then she blames her mom for her weight, for all of her problems. And she said that her dad said that she would have been skinny if she lived with him.
I mean, first of all, that's horrible. My dad would say weird things like that too. That's a terrible thing to tell your child.
But then she says all her siblings are like this, and she puts out her finger.
Right. I guess. Like,
and I'm like,
sprained.
He's like, all your siblings were in a car accident?
They all came from Jersey. They're en route now.
Oh my God. They're in their parish. They landed on their pinky fingers. Noelle, don't you think that this would have been a nice place for Neve to be like, hey,
yes,
no one's talking about that. Like, I understand that that's a struggle that you have, but that's not what this is about.
That has nothing to do with this.
Right. And like, he, likes what you look like.
Right. Because you didn't show him someone else.
Right.
So he likes what you look like.
Exactly. So now she is wearing a cold shoulder top.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. This is when they were first starting to come in style, I think.
Yeah. Great. So they go to Spice for dinner. Spice is a chain restaurant that is also. It? Yes, it is. It was also in New York City.
I did not know that.
So she's wearing the same outfit from night one.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's wearing the same outfit from night one. I think this is night one. And I think that's why Neve the next day went to go talk to her alone. What?
Oh, I saw the outfit and I'm like, poor choice.
No, not poor choice. That's her outfit. They went out that night.
Interesting.
For sure. So he said that he's really upset that she lied. And she's telling him that it's not a big deal. Now, again, she's being a little bit psychopathic, but at the same time, like, I talked to you 3 times, bro.
No, I get it. But like, he is being evasive now.
He is. So she asked if he likes what he sees, and she wants to be monogamous. And he's like, I'm not sure. And then she flips out.
Yes.
She's super angry. Also, she has the most giant rings on this entire, like she has like children's toys as rings.
Tracey, when she starts saying like, I think, like, she starts yapping and then she's like, I think we should be monogamous. I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is very bad. I'm getting very nervous. It made me so anxious.
Monogamous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
he's
like
hands
what?
First. Right. He's like, I don't even know you. Yeah.
Well, he said that he just wants to be friends, and she said that she needs to go. She flips out. And she's like, why am I mad? Why am I mad?
It was so. She's like really yelling, and people in other tables are looking at her. I want to die.
It's a takeout place. It's fine.
Yeah.
So they leave together, and he tells her friends. He tells her friends first. I don't know. He tells her friends first. I don't know why I wrote that. I don't know what that means, but someone's going to tell me what that means.
Oh, I'm sure trust me. I'm sure they will.
Okay. So now that's it. But do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not it.
Yeah. That actually
it's filmed opposite.
Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. I did not catch that because it's true. I was wondering about the outfit. I'm like, this is weird.
Very weird. All right. So now we get an update real quick. 2 months later, he still lives with his parents, but don't worry, he's going to be moving out soon. He's not. He installs sprinklers.
Very specific.
I like, what did they say? Irrigation systems?
Yes. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, cute.
Yeah, he's a gardener. And then she's going to be coming in October.
Right.
And she's also being herself now.
But she wasn't being so far off base before.
Right. And now she's going to be moving to New Jersey in 6 months because they're a couple after that visit. Right. And then that's it. And then we just drop off.
She went there. They hooked up.
Yeah.
And
now she's moving to Jersey.
They were in a couple.
What's going on now?
Okay. So I could not find anything on Felicia now. I think sometimes a lot of times when these women are on Catfish, they get so many messages that they kind of just like change their name on social media and stuff. Like,
or they don't want to be on social media. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't blame them because she was probably, she's young when this happened. So I found Michael on Facebook, Michael Cooper, and it says that he is a graphic artist. Okay. That he still lives in New Jersey. He lives in Pompton Plains, New Jersey.
Okay.
So you would know what area that is.
Yeah, it's not far.
He's single. He's an uncle. He has pictures up of his niece, Taylor.
Okay.
So I was reading a couple of articles also, and that apparently after this aired, like after this happened, his ex professed her love to him again, and they got back together. So the one that left him,
right,
he got back together with.
Oh, well, maybe she remasculated him.
Right. So it's like, oh, okay. Apparently Felicia flew in to Jersey to see him, and he stood her up at the airport.
What, another time?
Apparently she came up again, and she that's how she found out they were broken up. She came to Jersey and he stood her up at the airport.
Garbage.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
She should have asked his doorman.
He ghosted her. So I don't blame her for not wanting to be on social media. What a jerk.
Wow, what a jerk. Yeah, so he basically moved like 20 minutes north of where he was living in Clifton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then after everything happened, she tweeted, people change, unfortunately, and sometimes you just have to cut your losses. He'll always have a part of my heart.
Ew, he'll not always have a part of your heart.
No, he's a jerk. He shouldn't have a part of your heart. But you know what? Anyway, he's single now. So no relationship has worked out for him. So it's fine.
Oh, wow, Noelle. Noelle, always just encouraging everyone who's single out there to just keep living their dreams and just keep on chugging.
I just think it's so mean to do something like that. You know,
he's a mean person.
Come
there
on.
was something. Listen, she was lying. I get it.
Yes.
But like there was something wrong with him.
Yes, I agree.
Michael, now that we have bashed you, if you're listening, do you want to give us an update?
Right. Do you want to join us and tell us?
We'll be super nice to you. I promise. La Casa Bonita, La Casa Bonita.
We love Mexico Mo's.
Guys, if Tracey, you go over to Mexico Mo's in, where is it?
Is it Mexico, Missouri? Yeah.
If you go over there and you guys want 50% discount, just give them our code Catfish 50 for 50% off your homemade Mexican food at Mexico Mo's.
Yum.
Noelle and I absolutely love the guacamole. We love the salsa. You know why I like the salsa?
Why?
It's not spicy, but it's zesty.
I love a zesty salsa. Lots of lime juice.
Lots of lime juice. Lots of sizzle words.
I love the sizzle.
And speaking of sizzle, the fajitas there are second to none.
The steak fajitas.
Oh, the steak fajitas are so good because the onions are like almost crispy.
That's my favorite. They're charred.
They make their own sour cream.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's why it's extra sour and extra creamy.
I love cream.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, neither do we. Make sure you join the Catfish Trash Talk podcast group on Facebook, because we'll talk about the show. We could talk about Mexico Mo's. We could talk about the podcast. We could talk about anything you want. Also, guys, was anyone outraged that Jared from a few episodes ago was mean to me? Because literally no one cared.
Okay, I was thinking that too. Hello? He was terrible.
Okay, but also, can I tell you? So I went back in my life, in my files of head, and when I had posted in the regular, there's like a Catfish group with like 80,000 fans.
Yeah.
And when I had posted that we were doing the podcast, he said to me, I didn't even realize this. He was like, hey, when you get to my episode, reach out and I'd love to give you an update. Yes.
So why the hell was he so nasty?
No one knows.
But he was like for real all the way nasty.
I know. And I read all his text messages to you guys and no one cared. I'm just letting you know.
Well, guys, start caring.
Start caring. I guess we'll see you next week. But at first, we're going to be recapping the reunion on Patreon. There are over 185 episodes of our other podcast, BS, where it's just me and Noelle talking about Mexico Mo's and other things. Make sure you go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast for all of our bonus content. You're going to see it there. It's amazing. And you can follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter, and follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram and Twitter. And we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.